Hi guys, look who made it a bed. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? All right. I just got home and I was like, I cannot believe that he's in that bed. I mean, he can't be doing this. He can't be doing that in the middle of the week because I just no. But always look for the timestamp. Gotta take your medicine. I have to. I need a couple minutes, but I wanted to pop on. And while I figure out what cards, I wanted to actually look up briefly Tanya Gabrielle and see if, I mean, she definitely has something on there. Tanya Gabrielle. Max, I can already hear you. Don't do it. Please don't do it. You know, she doesn't have anything on it, which I think is very surprising. Let's see if she mentions it in the weekly. This is July 3rd through the 9th. It's 5 minutes long. Good morning, and I'm going to look for my cards.
It's Tanya Gabrielle, Wealth Astrologist, and welcome to your weekly Astro Numerology forecast for July 3rd through the 9th. Now, this forecast is for all signs. We cover selected highlights in the astrology and numerology forecast for the coming week, beginning with Monday, the 3rd of July. We have a full moon in Capricorn on this day, and the code is amazing in the numerology. The 3rd of July 2023 adds up to 17, which is the immortality number, and it indicates what you do around this full moon, especially on July 3rd, is going to leave behind a lasting legacy. Gives you a lot of confidence and leadership abilities. And as it happens, Capricorn itself represents leadership. It represents your career orientation. And it also represents the ability to overcome obstacles through hard work and perseverance. And this full moon has the moon in Capricorn and the sun in Cancer, and they're at 11 degrees. So this opens an 11-11 portal. Very, very powerful because of the inspiration, the new beginnings, and the ability that you have to really reset everything, to be so present that you leave the past behind. And Capricorn represents the actual moment where you move forward, whereas Cancer represents the past where the sun is. So you really are able to move through this sense of new beginnings energy with a lot of fortitude. Now the moon is opposite Mercury, the sun is conjunct Mercury. This puts a focus on practical thinking. You may feel a little bit nervous or unsettled with the opposition to the moon, a little bit moody. However, this is a time of readjustment, and basically you can focus on those thoughts that propel you forward because they will be fast moving. You're very conscious of your goals. Again, Capricorn representing that directional forward momentum energy. The moon is trying to Jupiter and the sun sextile Jupiter. And I love this because it infuses you with happiness, with joy, with optimism. You really are feeling recognized at soul level, and you feel the gifts and advantages coming your way just because you feel blessed, you feel lucky, and you feel supported as well. And This is important. The moon is sextile to Saturn, the sun trines Saturn, and Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn, so the ruler of this full moon. And that really means you're going to take your feelings seriously. You're going to be responsible for how you feel, for your total well-being, which is always a good thing. You have more self-control. You have emotional commitment. You basically have the sense of understanding things at a very deep level, and that brings a great clarity into your life. Saturn is all about practical encouragement and nourishment when it sextiles the moon. And in terms of the sun, you're just receiving rewards based on prior dedication and work. You also can focus on details. It's really a wonderful aspect. So for more on the Capricorn full moon, which is very important, the first full moon of the second half of the year, go to my website, TanyaGabrielle.com, for a full forecast. Now, finally, the second important highlight of the week happens on the 9th of July, on Sunday. That is Mercury trine Neptune. It really enhances your imagination. It allows you to immerse in activities that explore other realms, otherworldly ideas, nonverbal communication, sounds, music, the ability to trust your intuition. It's very spiritual, and it's going to put your emphasis on empathy and compassion as you engage in activities that nourish your heart and soul. Now, if you want to know the forecast in advance of all the star codes, all the transits, all the numerology codes for every day in July, have a listen to this free excerpt at premiumwealthforecast.com. Listen to the free excerpt of the Premium Wealth Forecast. Again, go to premiumwealthforecast.com for that free excerpt. Have an incredible week, and I will see you in next week's forecast.
I'm actually surprised you didn't mention it. I just put 777. There's one other lady I listen to every once in a while. Good morning. I'm just getting the decks I want prepared, and then how I want to read it. But there is that other lady. All right, here she is. All right, I'm surprised she doesn't have anything either. So I'm thinking it's just like within her individual readings. Well, I mean, there's so many when you just punch it in, but you really want to be careful who you listen to. I mean, this guy's got a lot of views. I don't even know who he is. I mean, there's music you can listen to. Who is this guy? Good morning. Well, they're telling me not to listen to him. So I feel bad for the hundreds of thousands of people that are. That sucks.
I want to talk to you about something that's been making waves on social media lately. You've probably seen this guy all.
Let's talk about what you guys should be expecting from this. Portals exist so that. Hello, my darlings, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Maria. It's nice to meet you. Please subscribe below for more videos
I don't
like
know
this
who
one.
she is.
Today we're going to talk about the portal of 7/7, July 7th.
But Spirit said yeah.
I
So
don't often make videos about portals, but this one is so special. I figured it is deserving of its own space.
been trying to find. Are you talking
So
like
let's
sunny
talk
side
about
up guy?
what you guys should be expecting from this special day.
All right, let me figure out what decks I
What
want,
is
and then I'll
happening
talk to you guys.
And how you can best leverage the energies that are coming through. So portals are beautiful. Portals exist so that we can stop to smell the roses in some way, so that we could get reconnected, plugged back into the fabric of existence that is the universe. Our lives get really, really busy here on Earth. We are quite obsessed, quite occupied by the local happening here. And sometimes it's really important for us to reconnect back to bigger, better, greater things out there so that our lives can be even more fulfilling in the future. So the portal of 7/7 is very special. It's a 777 portal, meaning 7 is the number of the day, 7 is the number of the month, and 7 is the number of the year. So it's a 777. It is a powerhouse of a date. It is a powerhouse of a portal, you guys. You should not be missing out on this one, for sure. That's one thing you do in 2023 is don't miss out on this portal. So there are very special days that are pre-planned by, shall we say, the greater collective upstairs. So there are higher powers that be that determine certain dates that are important. And during these dates, massive energetic shifts are possible. Massive energetic shifts are happening. And so 777 was one such date that has been predetermined. It has been put on the map as a date to pay attention to from the energetic perspective. It is almost like a homecoming in some ways. The energies of 777 are emerald, they're green. The portal is very green.
Ah,
And
that's
it is
why the
very
green
high
came in the other
vibrational
day.
too. And so what's going to happen during
So you can't
7/7
make this shit up.
of this year is the energies from higher spheres, and specifically your higher self, is going to send each and every one of you something that you have possibly requested, something that you maybe have prayed for, something that you really need, even if you may be unaware that you really need it. Over here, obviously, when we come to incarnate, we live beyond the veil of forgetfulness. We don't really have too much contact with the realm of spirit. Some of us do, but even the ones that do, that contact is limited. During the portal of 7/7, the energies that are coming, they're quite massive. And it's almost as if the barriers are going to be non-existent between realms on that day. So it's a beautiful portal of light. It is a beautiful time for upgrades. So specifically what's going to happen on the energy level is your heart center up. Everything from your heart center up, all of the chakras are getting an upgrade. Each of these chakras are getting their individual package, their individual parcel almost of light, and individual codes. So you're going to get codes of 4 colors during that day. If you're ready to receive them, that's the other thing. This is the planet of free will. If you don't want to receive the codes, if you don't want the upgrades, it's totally fine. You can keep going on your own merry way. Merry-go-round, probably a better way of putting it, but nobody's going to force you to accept the codes. So it has to come from your heart. It has to be like, you have to be open to it, right? And it's almost like a heart portal. It opens up. That's why it's emerald in color. Emerald is the card, is the ray of the heart. It's also the ray of healing, right? So all of your heart chakras are going to go through a massive healing and a massive upgrade. when those codes descend, they start at the heart space. They're going to descend as a green emerald stream of energy into your heart space. So what should you do? How should you receive these codes? In a meditative state in the morning. The morning is really, really good for this meditation. If you can do it at 7 a.m., it's like 777 meets another 7. It's like, wow. But if you can't, it is what it is. It is fine. But honestly, for those of you that can, I'd literally set an alarm or like set a reminder to do this at 7 a.m. You would imagine that you are a chalice, which you are. You are a receptacle of energy, right? A walking receptacle of energy. Are you guys familiar with the concept of the Holy Grail? Is not, I mean, obviously the Holy Grail is famous for being the cup that Jesus drank from during the Last Supper. But, each of us, the Holy Grail's symbology goes really deep. It's like a rabbit hole we can go into. It's, kind of like the ink. The symbology of the ink, you can be like, there are thousands of layers. There are thousands of layers of symbology for the Holy Grail. And one of the etheric symbols of the Holy Grail is that in our own bodies, in our energy bodies, certain spots are receptacles for energy. And so heart is one such space. So within each of us, we have in our heart space, we have a Holy Grail or a chalice that is a receptacle for high frequency, high vibrational energy. That once we fill that chalice, we can drink from it. And so I invite you on 7/7 to imagine that in your heart space, there's like a chalice that is being birthed. Like it's almost like it comes out of nowhere, this beautiful cup, very ornate, very antique looking, very beautiful. It's encrusted with...
You want to start a business, but odds are you won't. Why? Just take a look at the number.
Diamonds, emeralds, and rubies, actually. Sapphires a little bit as well. And then essentially you would want to imagine, right? Close your eyes. You imagine opening up all of your chakras, and then a stream of emerald energy coming and filling that chalice in your heart space and filling it to the brim, right? So that process is going to take a good 5 minutes to fill that chalice. And then from there, you would notice that energy wants to rise up. You guys may be familiar with Kundalini rising. This is something else. Kundalini usually rises from the lower chakras up. This is the rise from the heart space, which is like almost like the higher loop of creation is what usually the heart jump starts. And so you would want to imagine that there's this emerald green energy starting to loop around all of your heart chakras in a loop like that, right? In a circle almost, right? So it rises this emerald energy and it passes, imagine that it passes through your throat and then your third eye and then your crown and then goes back to your third eye, your throat and going back to the heart, right? So it wants to make a loop like that. And you really want to make sure that in each of these centers, these emerald energies are being absorbed and being received, almost like you need to create space for these energies to be able to be anchored inside of your body. Otherwise, they're just going to, in and out. They're going to come and they're going to go. And then you're going to be like, okay, well, what happened? It's really important to be able to hold on to those energies. And that's why you need this Holy Grail, this cup. And almost like what you want to do is assign different spots, like different pockets, energy pockets within your body where that energy can go and call it home. So that's what you want to do. Going back to the numerology of this portal. So it's 3 7s, it's a 777 portal. And then if you actually add up the 7s and then reduce up to one number, which is what we do in numerology to try to understand what is the end game for that portal, is the end game for that portal is a 3. A 3 is the first alchemical number, which means a 3 is the first number of creation. What do you do with that energy? Is you create with that energy. Is the intention of your higher self, it is the intention of your higher self to send you these codes so that you can turn that energy into creation for yourself and the world. 3 is actually Trinity. There are many. There's so many symbols for the number 3, but it's usually when the masculine and the feminine comes together. The next thing that happens is the creation of the 3, and essentially what you should be asking as these energies are coming through is, what is this energy for? Like, thank you, higher self. Thank you, for I'm receiving. Like, we should accept things with gratitude. But the most important question for us to ask and receive an answer to is, What are we meant to create with this energy? What are we birthing? What are we bringing to existence? What are we calling forth? What are we manifesting with this energy of the 777? Because the answer is going to be very important. The answer is going to be critical to each and every one of you. Because what you're being called to manifest, what you're being called to create and put out in the world is going to be very different from anybody else. You are a unique snowflake. There's nobody else like you. And this energy is also unique. It's also high vibrational. And by the way, our higher selves don't have an unlimited stream of energy or an unlimited amount of energy. I know it almost feels like counterintuitive because we almost think that, hey, when we come into this incarnation, we are limited. But over there, upstairs, our higher self is unlimited. They're omnipotent, omnipresent, all of those things. The actually is not necessarily the case. Our higher selves have a finite amount of energy. Our higher selves are not source consciousness that has infinite or seemingly infinite amounts of energy. So our higher selves are very deliberate about giving more energy to us. In other words, if you have a finite amount of something, you're going to want to be very intentional with how you spend your energy. The fact that our higher selves are all coming through and recognizing that no, everybody on planet Earth right now deserves an influx of energy is not for nothing. It is because we are in this massive transition and all of our higher selves are recognizing that we need a little pick-me-up and that we need additional resource if we are to keep going, keep transforming, keep absorbing, keep shifting, etc. Right? So it's very important for you to understand that it's a big gift and it's a big deal, even at your higher self level, even at your soul level, not just being here. So allow yourself to fully receive, to fully, immerse yourself into those energies and ask the number one question: what am I meant to create with this energy? You could also imagine, right? Like once you get the answer, you could imagine that, there is this thing in front of you, like a goal or a thing that you want to manifest. And you want to imagine that thing almost like is a sphere of light right in front of you, as if you were standing on a road and then there was this thing that you're trying to create and your life standing right in front of you. And then you want to take the energy from your chalice, from the holy grail it is in your heart, and imagine it streaming like a river, powering that vision of yours, like streaming forward out of your body. And you would notice how quickly creation becomes real, how quickly we can manifest things through the energy of this chalice. By the way, the energy of this chalice is going to stay with you for the next 7 years. So you're not just downloading it for 7 minutes or for 7 seconds. You are downloading it for the next 7 years. This is the resource that your soul wants you to have so you can be the most effective self for the next 7 years. So, yeah, I don't know. If this didn't make this portal meaningful enough, I don't know what would. So please let me know in the comments how you're feeling about this upcoming portal. If you are starting to sense energies, I guess feeling that something big is coming. And also, if you're watching this on 7/7, please let me know how you're feeling in the comments as well. I am sending you a big virtual hug, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, my loves.
For just $67.
Okay. I don't know who she is, but I got pulled to her. I'm placing cards for us. When I was pulling these cards, I was like, okay. Then when I was pulling, I actually saw a genie, which I thought was odd. I've never seen a genie with these. When I was pulling these cards, these ones, I thought I saw a ladybug. So I got pulled to the ladybug, but I also got pulled to take the draft out because that's been coming in the last couple days as well. So I clarified them with those. With this particular deck, which is ironic, I actually got pulled to my Ganesha. So when I discuss those, I'm going to clarify with those. So I'm just kind of letting it guide me. So again, if you can do that, do that. Okay. Again, just picture a chalice. You don't even have to have anything fancy. I just saw a turtle. I just saw him. So I don't know why they're showing me stuff like this. This is linked to that. I can't believe Max was up there. Isn't that crazy? It's just all stuff to be aware of. Something with a portal. It might be in regards to like another portal. Man-made portal. Could be something you're doing. I don't know. And I just got visionary, which is okay. So this is actually in regards to the draft and a portal. Creating your own portal. Huh. Interesting. And we'll keep these out. I'll probably clarify with these. I'm going to rinse the bathroom. That's actually, I feel like it's in my way, but it's not. All right. Yeah, that was interesting. This is the second time I've left my coffee and was like, hell no. I don't even say that word. Okay. I did just upload Super hot out. I feel like I need some air. Some air and some incense. Feeling a little stale with this mugginess last few days. In the still of the night, I held you tight. Alright. You wanna be a gangster? Dun, 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 dun. So you wanna be a gangster? I guarantee that was on the radio this morning. Alright. Let me feed Sheldon Bear. Good morning, Butter Bear. You didn't eat your fruit last night, huh? Butter Bear. More like Butterball. Alright. Let me give him some calcium. So extra vitamins for you might be good. Again, just be careful where your attention is. Draw your higher self back in when need be. And I just splashed that on my receiver. And I don't read coffee cups, but I feel like I don't know, maybe some of you guys do. There's one woman I used to watch off and on, not a lot, but maybe painting right now can be therapeutic. Oh, it didn't even come out. Came out fuzzy. I took it on top of the receiver and I was like, that's weird. It came out slow. It's not really weird. It's electronics. Why is this one over here again? It's linked to one of these, right? Of course it is. Once I tune back in. I want to find... I almost put my mushrooms on. All right. I never took it out. My mugwort is over there, but my plants are on it. So let's see what I have for incense. I just feel like lately I've been wanting to burn things with you guys, for you guys. These are just linked to all the chakras, but you want to work with all of them. Whoo-wee, some of these are strong. right. Ooh, these are strong. I'm not going to light much. And then I want to light a candle. All right. I'm blind as a bat, so let me take a picture of that and blow it up. This is thought, universal identity, and self-knowledge. The crown chakra relates to the consciousness and pure awareness. The chakra brings knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and spiritual connection. I hope it's not awful. And I have Max right here too. So I'm just going to do a quick burn over our energy. Oh, actually kind of smells like laundry detergent. I want a particular candle. I need to bring my dad some milk real quick. Okay. Where's my other candles? Caden's been snagging my candles lately. He's turned into a little candle boy. I just pictured an altar boy. Anointment came in yesterday too. Alright. Where's my feather? Just sending this towards you guys. Sending this towards you. Well, I know how to get rid of Max. Not like I want to. I'm super particular when I burn things with the animals, guys. Sometimes when I do that, I would put them in a different room. And I got Sheldon. I used to shut my door a lot, but ever since I got Kai, I been so careful. And I had to stop burning certain stuff. All right. Here's my coffee. Okay. All right. You all right for this? Down, down, out. When this video is done, I will I want to be careful with what I wear. Green tea, Asian pear. Because I don't want to mix the scents. Fresh coconut and watermelon, sweet pineapple, honey melon. No. I'm going to go citrine, crystal, and quartz. All right. Okay. Let's add this to my collection of shit. In the still of the night. Alright, let me fix my hair. Alright. Which one do I have on? Freebird. Freebird. Alright. Let me just... His bed up here is making me feel crowded, but I have a funny feeling he'll be back. He's linked to these, so let's start with the beginning. What did I say this was linked to? Let me, no, it was linked to this, right? Okay. All right. Let's start here with the ladybug, okay? Because the ladybug's been coming out. It talks about protection. Ladybug, what am I at? 44:19. Okay, ladybug, good luck. You have bright energy. Let worry go and be happy here and now. Feel good about being loving in the colorful you. You bless the world with color and good luck. In regards to this card that we've been seeing, the festival creates an energetic blueprint for your fantastic event in the tree of life. True wisdom in making good choices in life. Just make good choices. Even if you feel like, oh, is that a good choice? Is it not a good choice? I don't know. If you got to think about it. Well, that's just it. I do feel like all of a sudden I got wicked dry mouth. See, something with water. There's going to be energies that come in and out. Just do what's best for here and now. Just try to stay in the here and now. The draft's been coming in. So draft is a visionary energy. Rise from above earthly matters. Glide through with grace. You are able to see the right path. Stand tall in your self-worth and love with a big heart. Time to shine. Creates an energetic resonance to the golden opportunities in Dragonfly. Be the light of this world. So basically, you could be creating something. You could be just walking this path. This is about, it's more than just self-worth with this energy, guys. It's allowing certain energies out, allowing certain energies in, being authentic, being who you are, going after what you want. Some of you might be doing a podcast. If it's behind the scenes, if you're an influencer, open a YouTube. If you're nervous, just don't show your face for a while. It is what it is in regards to this. I see all the 2s here and then the 3s here. So like this is a 5, it needs change, right? So there's always opportunities with change. And then you got the 9, which is like you're right there, don't get to the 10. You bring light to the world. And we have Dragonfly. Dragonflies are extremely symbolic. It's ironic. Last night, something came up about dragonflies again, and I was like, oh. Or like it was like a video on my YouTube or something. It was just kind of like, it was on the computer at work, and I didn't click on it. And it was like, if you see a lot of dragonflies, this is what it means. This is also pulling me to the movie Dragonfly with Kevin Costner. Spiritual meaning of dragonfly. I don't know why Walmart's up here. I don't know if that's a message for you. Dragonflies is often seen as symbols of good luck, new beginnings, and change. If you see a dragonfly, it might be a sign that something positive is on the horizon. Embrace the change and trust yourself. Let the dragonfly spirit animal guide you through life. Good luck, new beginnings. This is something with your Akashic records. What you're going to do, who you're meant to be, how you're looking at something. I don't know. The energy just might come towards you. Again, I'm kind of glad I played that video for you in regards to, I did post it on my community page, because it's just, a chalice is a cup. All you need is your imagination here. I just said I should probably do a video for you, but I wanted to do the affirmation one too. There's a reason I haven't done that, because I don't know. Okay, that's my own shit that I'll work through. We have the loon. Listen to the song in your soul. This is about, there's something with family here. It doesn't even speak of family, I don't think. I got pulled to Minnesota. I don't know if the loon is the state bird from Minnesota. I'm not sure. We used to have loons back here, but no more. But there's something with loons in Minnesota, because it's linked to my mother. Is the loon the state bird of Minnesota? Is there a state bird? Yep, the loon becomes Minnesota's state bird in 1961. I don't know how the fuck I remembered that. I mean, that goes way back. So there's something with your home, like where family is. Like, I was born in Minnesota. My mom's one of 8. Everybody's still in Minnesota. Listen to the song of your soul. Trust your intuition as you have a way of knowing. Emerge from the busy life, and I almost said emerge from the sky. Emerge from the busy life and seek more solitude. Recognize that you are unique and that you are loved. So this really is about that self-worth. When I just said it's not really self-worth, it is self-worth, but like it's your higher self, which is different. So I don't know if some of you need to seek the self-worth. I feel like you already have that if you're on my channel and you're into my channel. So just really, like I said, nurture yourself, ground yourself. So it is something with where you were born. So again, it's probably just your chart, your Akashic records per se. Because that would have never came in. And I don't think I've ever pulled the loon. Trust your intuition as you have a way of knowing. Emerge from the busy life. And again, emerge from the sky and seek more solitude. Might want to stargaze. Recognize that you are unique and that you are loved. Listen to the song in your soul. That's why I said last night, talk out loud to spirit, possibly. It's that type of vibe that I'm getting. The snow leopard, self-resilience. You are strongly independent and often solitary. Integrity is important for your best outcome. Cloak yourself with invisibility and walk with the shamans. Use your intuition to let your life unfold in silent perfection. Both these cards that I pulled for you talk about a little bit of solitude. Which is telling me it's like you can do it alone, but I feel like there's a bigger message there too that I'm going to have to tap into. Now the turtle was linked to these. This was linked to this. Divine will, let go of fear. The turtle is another, the tortoise is another protection. Spiritual meaning of a tortoise. It's also linked to Native American. According to Native American, sacred femininity. And there's a lot of masculinity there. I don't know why it came in like this. It never comes in like this. So it wanted me to read that. Because you do have that shaman energy. Tortoises are known as a great number of mystical and supernatural abilities connected to mythology and folklore. Use this power to access your enhanced intelligence, enhanced wisdom, serenity, inducement, water manipulation, lunar manipulation, nature manipulation, time manipulation, and apathy. So again, you can work. I've been saying this for years. We're capable of water magic, moon magic, nature magic, and time magic. So, and I've always, you guys think, I was like, I'm not going to say it again, but you would think that I would know exactly what the spiritual meaning of a tortoise is, considering I have one. But it's when I'm in the midst of this, I don't really think like that. And again, there's a reason for everything that I look like that, because how many times have we looked up a tortoise and that's the first time we've gotten those messages? So see where I'm going with this? So I don't see fear yet, but this does say let go of fear. And I can see like visionary, intuitive, self-reliant, good luck. You are a bright light, don't worry. Rise above earthly matters, glide through. To me, emerge from the busy life, but it's like emerge from the sky. It's definitely got its own theme here. Soul forgiveness and sacredcy. So some of you could be clearing karma in the sense of family. This is like you, your own person. It's the number 3. Now you got 333 on the board. That's another 3. That's a 1, 2. That's a 12, which is a 3. That's a 21, which is another 3. So you could be seeing like 14, 41. Army time. Just again, it's another power. See, again, it's another message of like your abilities. This is probably linked to your mother. It's probably linked to your grandmother, something before you. But that's getting cleared. But it's also a gift of power here, guys. A gift of somebody in the family could have been extremely gifted. I don't know if it's, and I just heard being graciously given to you. Graciously given to you. Did I read that somewhere? Glide through life with grace. You're on the right path. Stand tall on your self-worth. In love with a big heart. Actually, I'll do this after. Let's finish the pile. Perspective. I thought this something with a portal, remember? None of this matters. Zoom out and common ground. So again, it could be stargazing. Definitely perspective. So I don't know what's going on like your everyday life. Zoom out, be here and now. And this, I wanted to clarify with this. Openness and concentration. 2 9s. Observe, evaluate, and make inquiries before you come to a conclusion. It's time now to throw out what you no longer need and clear away the excess from the excess of the old energy, including clutter that you may have accumulated, in addition to discarding excessive material things in your life, unhealthy behaviors or relationships. You may find that you're trying to decide between 2 options. This card is not about making a decision, but more about taking the time to really listen to your heart and your inner voice. You are in a conscious process of creative release. Give thanks and gratitude for all things you have accomplished. Don't feel rushed or pressured to begin a new undertaking. Review your goals and regroup accordingly. Once you have all the necessary information, you will begin to feel motivated to set new goals and to start new projects. Concentration. Utilize the tools, resources, and skills that are available to you. Ganesha will support you with inspired ways to solve problems. You can benefit from inventive forces if you can maintain your power and work with awareness and focus. Act consciously with understanding, applied effort to get what you want. Know what you are doing and why you're doing it. You need to be focused on a single objective, or purpose at this time. You are asked to channel all your energy, tools, and withdrawal towards one goal. Commit to the task and eliminate distractions that will take your attention away from what you're trying to realize. Take the time to research other avenues and possible solutions. Keep a practical approach when it comes to work at a steady pace. Remain as the objective as possible. Consider how you can better interact with people in your life. It is important to remember to treat others the way you want to be treated. So this is really like concentrate on that one thing again. It could be here and now or what you're going towards. Utilize the tools you already have. The skills are already available to you. That's why I did mention like say and I start like a YouTube. What I was hearing was more like of a podcast for you guys. Or just any project, drawing, painting, tea readings, you know. I definitely feel like it's more of a spiritual thing that I'm picking up on. And this openness is really about making inquiries and getting rid of no longer what you need. Wait for the right time. So I wanted to clarify with these. Tell me about openness. Again, it's like open to receiving higher knowledge. Could be DNA downloads here. Upgrade. Is it who sings that song? Beyonce? Could be that fire energy to go within. Use that fire element. Let's get one more for openness. Soulmate. So could be somebody coming into your life, somebody around you, friend, family. Tell me about concentration. So this could be somebody you need to get rid of a fire sign too. Safe travels. Let's get one more. Because this reading is really about you. Higher self, higher perspective, and divinity. Again, if you work with tarot cards, anything you do that's in a spiritual sense, within this time frame is only going to benefit you. With this openness, guys, this was getting rid of energies that no longer serve you as well. Conclusions. It's time to throw away what no longer serves you. Old energy, including clutter. In addition to anything possibly material in your life, unhealthy behaviors, relationships. You may find you're trying to decide in regards to this. This card isn't about making a decision. It's more about taking the time to listen to your heart and your inner voice. Once you have all the necessary information, you begin to feel more motivated and set goals and new projects. So you could be letting go of somebody. This could be somebody coming in. Concentration, especially if you astral travel or you're worried about astral traveling. However this comes across to you. And you could be using divinity. Again, you can be working with your own cards. You could be working with sticks. It really just depends. Let's see. You're being called to change your perspective here. Take a step back and look at the bigger picture of life. Step away from the blinkened vision and the frame of mind, me against them. Change your perspective. Shift your point of view and zoom out. This can be speaking of a speck of dust in the universe, but yeah, everything revolves around us. We see our planet and we go after our own conquer when it comes to the land and setting ourselves up for eventual extinction. We build fences and walls to create invisible borders. Mother Earth doesn't need us to survive, but we need her. It's time to wake up. A new perspective is urgently needed. We become so lost in the individuality experiences, we don't realize most of the things keep us awake at night and actually are just distractions. We're wasting our precious time and resources fighting with each other when we could be coming together to heal what has been served. The moment to breathe in the timeline of your life. The life is fleeting moment of tapestry of your soul's experience. Your soul's experience is a flash of a timeline of an unknown universe and the known universe to gain, like a grain of sand to the unknown universe. Take a moment to see the bigger picture, find common ground, to find deeper compassion within your heart, to gain the greater perspective of humanity in the fleeting moment of the timeline of your soul's existence in the timeline of what it is, was, and ever will be. That's why I kind of feel like you can go right back to the common ground with like Mother Nature. If you kind of, things are up in the air, don't have the answers. There's like the solitude. There's one thing to spend time by yourself and shut yourself out. There's another time, to connect to Gaia with solitude and shut yourself out. Like it's completely two different spectrums there. And those two energies are two different perspectives. One is more refreshing, grounding, understanding. The other one can cause, depression. I just feel like it's like, even if you got to take 5 minutes out of your day to sit back and remember to breathe, set an alarm. We become so lost in our individual experiences, we don't realize much of the things that keep us awake at night, distractions, wasting our precious time, resources, fighting with others, coming together to heal what needs to be served. Building walls and fences. It's almost like how I talked about things last night. You just get so fucking caught up. Let's see what else it wants to say in regards to perspective. Because I also think this is linked to this, right? And this talks about the same thing. Well, we got too many here. I'm going to put them back in. We got inner growth, natural rhythm in the universe. Well, I guess I don't need to put them in. It's everything I just explained. The Hangman came out yesterday too. Again, like I said, there's different types of solitude, like it. You get where I'm going with that? One can like keep you in a depressive state, stale, stagnant. The other one, without you even realizing it, you're connecting to so many different, like I even just saw portals. Could be creating your own portal. Get in tuned with trees, Mother Nature. Do you know you can talk to trees and it can tell you your Akashic records? It's the soulmate energy. Everyone's a soulmate. Karmic, good karma, not so great karma. I had that conversation with you guys last night. 4 cards again. I'm like, synchronicities, liberation, your well-being, and you're being guided. I just want 1 card. There's always a lot of love with soulmates. Even though I was talking about Peter like that, there's a lot of love there too with everybody. Crazy love. But love's not enough sometimes. Soulmate. Love will always be enough for you. But I don't want to say it in the sense of like self-love. It's really, we just got to tap into our higher perspective here. Our higher selves. To really get our answers. And it is feel. So again, feel what you're experiencing. There could be lessons there. There could be love there. There could be adventure there. Your instincts and ascension. This is an energy that's more uplifting, or an energy that's coming in that is uplifting. Breathe when it comes to your divinity. So it could be in the sense of, again, meditation, anything spiritual. You are divine, and this message comes with a warning and a blessing. Draw this card and invite you to proceed with love over fear. No matter what the situation is, proceed only from the place of unconditional love and understanding. Life is filled with choices. Make sure the ones that you respect are all involved, including yourself. Meditate on this symbol when you want to connect with unseen element beings for support. You do have the fire element here as well. So whatever this is, it's like love over fear. And I know that it seems to be like a person here, but you can't be looking at it like that. It's you. How are you going to proceed? For instance, this is why I just don't want to date men anymore. Scenarios like this, from the reading from last night. But you can't. And I'm so glad that clicked and I picked up on it instantly. So I feel like with breathing divinity, with meditation, it is to concentrate. And if you don't meditate, you need to find a way to freaking connect. I can't stress it enough. Tell me about safe travels. You got value and cleanse. Safe travels. A trip or journey or even a simple change of scenery is upon you. Meditate on this before you start a new adventure, move to a new home, or take a trip. So it's that cleansing energy. You really got to clear your head, your perspective, and look at something differently. This is going to be so different for so many different people when it comes to what this is for you, but ultimately it is what's best for your higher self. If this involves another energy, you can't go wrong by hearing somebody out. It's only going to open a door or close a door. That's just where we're all at. You might need to hear yourself out. When you're thinking out loud, we usually think in our head, but maybe try to think out loud and record yourself as you're doing like whatever it is you're doing, and then go back and listen to it later. You'll be like, holy shit, I forgot I even had that thought. Because it's like, you can literally hit record and be like, all right, I'm going to talk to my higher self right now, and just, clean, do it whatever it is you're doing, talk out loud. And then literally when you go to listen to it, those messages are going to hit differently, guys. I've never done that, but probably a good idea. I can only take my own advice sometimes myself, Self-resilient. She is strong, independent, often solitary. Integrity is important to you. Best outcome, cloak yourself. Invisibility. Walk with a shaman. Use your intuition. Overthinking and delight. So be careful here because you don't want to overanalyze. If someone's overanalyzing, I don't feel like it's you, but this is supposed to be about you. So it could be your lower self, your shadow self, your subconscious. This is like a bounce back, but this isn't. But I don't think like this is you're aware of this. Or it could be energies around you guys. Because you can't overthink and overanalyze and come out with silent perfection. Like it's just those two energies. These energies don't mesh. Like just the way you are. So it's probably self-talk, and I don't know what song that is. Just the way you are. So careful with your self-talk here. This loon has to do with your hometown family. You got duality. And you have this down here as well. It's the masculine, the feminine within you. Again, emerge from the sky. And I just got pulled to my Freebird tank top. Listen to the song in your soul. Could be uplifting music. Recognize that you are unique, that you are loved. It's all aspects of you. Tell me about let fear go. Opportunity, guide, and illusion. So again, it's worst case scenario, but you're being guided into a new opportunity. Work, love, your higher self, ascension. What's the soul forgiveness? Coming together. Again, I don't know how it's linked to your ancestry. Could be tribal. Could be some type of initiation. What's that song? Come together right now. Over me. Yes, it's your mind. All right, I'm going to have to do a reading. Tell me about Ladybug. All right, hold on. This is the energy where your mind feels scattered anyway. Like you're supposed to. You're in the portal. But this is different. There's one thing. There's a difference between rapid thoughts firing off and just like. There's a difference. Okay, this is with overthinking and mind and coming like I said. There's two different ways of looking at solitude. There's two different ways of looking at so many things. Your mind, you got the subconscious, you got the conscious. Oh man, yeah. All right. So a majority of you, I feel like if you're my spirituals, this is more about, I wouldn't say perfection, and it's definitely not in regards to another person. This would be your work, how you parent. It's something more linked to heart, heart over mind, mind over. So I don't think you'd be consciously aware of this. You could be when it comes to this energy of self-resilience, but this is like bouncing back. That energy doesn't, you're not overthinking there. But your brain could be, did I make the right decision? So I think you're being tested. Like there might be something in your Akashic records where you're tested with fear. Like for instance, like when Mia went to the cabin last weekend, it was me and car accidents and death. And that's linked to past life as fear, it's height, it's things like that. That was activated within me again. So as a parent, instead of taking that fear, did I make the right decision to let him or her go? That's where I think this is. If this has to do with a relationship or another person, it's not you, it's somebody else. Because we're past that. We know not to overanalyze a situation like that. Our mind would be somewhere else. Anger, forgiveness, things like that. So again, if this has to do with another person, it's certainly not you. So I think some of you are facing your fears. They could be facing their fears in regards to you with another person. But again, like I'm more trying to tap into the spiritual aspect for you guys with this, not really like cross watchers. So therefore, I don't know if you're trying to perfect something or putting too much thought into it when you should probably just be doing it. It's like the complete opposite energies. Ace of Wands, King of Pence, the Sun. So again, it could be a masculine energy, overthinking. But I don't know, but this is the beauty of it. You got the Sun. It's the beauty of it all. You got the Sun, the King of Pence, the Ace of Wands. It's beautiful. It's passion. It's adventure. It's creativity. It's grounding. So see what I'm saying? Like there's no need to overthink here. You could be in that masculine energy right now. And I said up here too, it's a lot of masculine energy. And you're creating from that. but you want the duality of it. So it's like a little bit of both. Yeah, and the Four of Swords. So really needing to tap into something here with the Ten of Pens, because it's long term. And then you got the Chariot. So it's like moving forward, leaving the past behind. This is where it's like emerge from the sky, but emerge from the busy life. You are unique and you are loved. I don't know if you're too focused on the material aspect of something. I'm going to have to do another read right after this and break it down differently. But again, there's lineage here. Tell me about draft real quick. It is time to start something, do something. So you got Spirit. So it could just be, it's your own inner spirit. Could be Spirit being like, I got you. And like a subtle energy. So you might not feel as for you. This is about starting something new, guys, whether it's a shift of energy, whether it's a project, whether it's a channel, whether it's a new job, whether it's looking at something differently. Because it's time. So again, if there's, because you're ascending, it's that instinct, it's a feeling, right? It could just be a gut talking to you, but it's like really that talks about using certain elements. You got a lot of fire here, so they really want you in that fire energy. So like if you're meditating, fire the fire. Meditate on the fire within you, within your chart. Because right now we're in the energy of earth. Earth angel, won't you be mine? So this is doing something new, whether you take up painting. It is, you create your change, you create your tomorrow. So choice is ultimately yours. Something to be taken, something to be started. Yeah, so you got confusion here. I don't know how to fix this for you. Like in the sense of like the collective. I saw it over here too. Again, I think it's just the energies and it has to do with the portals. It's not the normal muddle. Six of Swords, just keep moving forward. You're definitely letting go of something. I don't think you're trying to start anything with anybody. It's the beauty of it all. Like the sunshine. Definitely need to let the fear go. it's funny because it's like creates an energetic blueprint for a fantastic event. Like, so I don't like I said, this is linked to your Akashic records, your hometown. It's something. This is like a different type of manifestation. But your mindset needs to be there. I need to get going on my other channel. Slacking. I don't know if you call it slacking. I don't know what you'd call it. It's the like what the third time that's come into play here for me. Within this one read. I talked about the affirmation video. I think I said something quietly in my head. Now I'm back to this again. So this is hard to do. Like I said, it's a different type of manifestation. Nobody's just going to do this unless you have somebody guiding you through. I don't want to the bathroom. I'm going to do another read, but there's still, oh, man, yeah, the side of my back's hurting, and it makes me wonder if it's something more. It's the third day in a row. So it's funny because Jay just snapped me, and it was a year ago today, but it's still a memory.
Say hi, Kai. Say hi. Say hi. Or not.
I just talked about him yesterday
Say hi, Kai.
because his feathers here.
Say hi. Say hi.
So, I mean, Kai can be around. I don't feel him like that, but I guess I never really looked at it like that either. Again, here's his feather, and it came into what? Yesterday's read. And again, it's that green, which is the portal right now, too. So, again, I'm trying to break this down in a way where it's not me and my channel and my next project, because it's a different way of manifesting. But it's like looking at the world a certain way. It's the perspective. So it's instead of looking at the world going to shit, it's like, what can we do to make it better? And like, even in my head, that seems unrealistic because you can though, but like, you can't. It take years. It take the right type of leadership. Like for instance, they were talking about the White House this morning with the fucking cocaine, and it was Pink Panther. It's like it's a fucking joke, right? So, but I almost feel like it's like they don't want you thinking like that, even though that's the way it is. Like, there's only one way out of that, you know? Like, you got to look at it like as not you against the world, but when it comes to humanity. It was one of these, right? You had 19 and 9. Unhealthy behaviors. Maintain the power of the work with the awareness with you. Act consciously, understanding. If you ask to channel these energies, go towards your goal. Consider how to act with people in life. So it had to have been, it must be the perspective. Yeah, the moment is to breathe, and you had breathe, and it was down here in the lifetime, which are linked to that cards. Okay. The moment is to breathe in the timeline of life. The life is a fleeting moment, a tapestry of your soul's experience. Your soul's experience is a flash of time to the known universe, and the unknown universe is a grain of salt into the unknown universe. Take a moment to see the bigger picture, to find common ground. Find the deeper compassion in your heart to gain a greater perspective of humanity in a fleeting moment in a lifetime of your soul's existence in the timeline of what is and ever will be. This is like fences, walls. Mother Earth doesn't need us to survive, but we need her. Time to wake up. So again, it's working with collective energy. And yeah, I just read this and I didn't realize this was over here. You are bright energy. Let go of the worries. Happy here and now. Feel good about being loving in the colorful way that you are. You bless the world with the color. And good luck. So it is like looking at humanity a certain way, or it's you gotta change the way you're looking at something to benefit you, to benefit your higher self. So it's a little tricky, but I think like the more I try to explain it or you try to understand it, eventually it will click. Something will click. Trust your intuition. It's that draft energy, guys. Rise from earthly matters. Again, yeah, see. Glide through life with grace. You're able to see the right path. Stand tall in your self-worth. And love with a big heart. It's what they're asking you to do is how to incorporate. I know what this is, and that's why they want me to do what it is I'm doing, because I'm shifting and manipulating in a very beneficial way. It's like rewiring your brain. And it's for your own perspective. It's not me making you look at something a certain way. You're just, what I do next is just going to like see your higher self, different things, like, so your point of view like will change. Does that make sense? I don't really know how to explain it. But I am explaining it. So I gotta fucking start. Your visionary needs to shift, and that's not easy. That doesn't just happen. You can't just make that happen. You can't do that through affirmations. You can't. It's the reality of it. It has to be done with help. And again, it seems unrealistic kind of to look at the world as if like it can be a better place, and it can be. But like right now, everyone's looking at it as a fucking joke, because it is a fucking joke. It is a fucking joke. It's disturbing. That's why it's so important to connect with yourself, because it's the only way you're going to be able to find what you're looking for in life. And it's not like man-made excuses either. Like, oh, I should stay single for so much time because I just got out of a relationship. Or, but if somebody comes into your life and they're a blessing, why are you looking at something in a different way? Well, it's matrix, right? Or you should never start something, especially in the midst of pain or this, or, you know, you're just rebounding. I can place societal viewpoints there all fucking damn day. So you would need to be on the same page with somebody. So that's why this is so important. Like that, this is like just your read. Because you're ascending, guys. So the energy around you is not necessarily ascending, which makes it more difficult for you to ascend. I think that's another reason why I'm creating this space. I have reasons for it, and I could base it on like the last 5 years or 8 years, you get what I'm saying? But like ultimately, in the midst of this ascension, which is crucial in the next couple months, at the same time, you got to move forward with compassion, which is not the easiest thing to do right now, because certain energies are not what's best for you. So going that route, I mean, you could go that route if you're dealing with somebody who really understands, they'd understand. But I feel like you guys aren't dealing with energies like that. Like, for instance, I kind of just shut off like 2 friendships, and only because the same energy rolls around the same time every year. But yet the same argument keeps coming into play. I can't keep myself in that energy. I can't pretend like it's not there. I can't, you know what I mean? And it was like in a group message, and it's like they want to come at me and turn the scenario around as if I'm not hearing or seeing their point of view. No, I am. They're not seeing my point of view. And we talk about this, about my point of view, for like 4 years now. But yet they think I'm not seeing their point of view. So it's a stalemate. And I don't want to stay in a stalemate, so I'm pushing it away. Love them to death. 2 of my best friends. But I can't right now. Like, I know I'm ascending in a different way than they are. I'm here to help the collective, not my friends. I'm not here to make friends. I'm not here to find the right lover. I'm here. My purpose is humanity, working with humanity. So will them friendships come back around? Probably, yeah. But like, now is not the time to hash it out, because I've tried to hash it out 3 years in a row and we found ourselves in the same spot. So why the fuck am I going to attempt again to hash it out? Do you see where I'm going with this? There's no point. This would be the 3rd year having the same conversation. That's what they're not understanding. They're looking at it differently. But I'm looking at it like, this is a different type of ascension for me. So I can't sit here and have the same conversation, because I guarantee this would come into play again next year. But they're looking at it like I can't see their point of view. I can. But what they're not getting the bigger picture. So I can't just hit them up and be like, this is how I'm feeling, this and that. And they probably would understand, but like they still want to get their point across. And right now it is not time for them to get their fucking point across because they're not understanding mine. So it'd be like fire on fucking, what do you call it? Fire and oil. They don't mix. You know what I mean? Like there's no win here. And there doesn't need to be a win. But there's no, I just know. My higher self fucking tells me that. Because I'm looking at it from my higher self. I'm not looking at it in a matrix way. Love them to death. So if I just, and it makes it so much worse when it's like in a group message. So it's just, and it goes back to the other friends in regards to who they think I should hang out with and where my loyalty fucking lays with my friendships. And it's not like that. She's that one soulmate that will test me as if it's a lover. We all have them. And it's like, you don't get to control who I hang out with. I understand that you have a list of 40 things on why you're not hanging out with this particular person, but that's between you two and not me. You can't make me fucking choose who I want to be friends with and who I don't. And if you feel the need that I need to take your side, you're wrong. I don't. I'm an individual. I walk my own fucking path. I have my own fucking friends. I can see your side. And I could see why. But that still is between the two of them. And she wants to make it about me and her now. No. She put me in a position where I had to pick and choose between friends like 4 years ago. And I didn't talk to her for a solid fucking year. And I went back to the friendship because it is what it is. And now it's just like, it's the same shit, but with a different fucking friend. But I love her to death. At the end of the day, I could hit her up 2 years later and tell her, I need you now. She would be in a happy. But on an everyday basis, right now, we're not meshing. And I don't feel the need to have the conversation. Like, I'm pissed the same conversation previously that I was just talking about, but then again, the same conversation just came into play again for the third year. When the shit show it caused last year shouldn't even come into play again this year. But it did. And they're insulted that I'm evaluating my friendships. Don't be fucking insulted. If you're insulted, maybe we shouldn't be friends. Because they're seeing it their way. So again, I'm doing what's best for me when it comes to ultimately where I need to get in regards to helping humanity. I know that's why I'm here. And that's a big fucking task. I started with YouTube, only helping so many people. But this is part of the ascension, so this is different. And I know I still need friendships and stuff like that. Like, I get that. But, like, we all got to be on the same page. Like, I even said to them, like, love you guys to death, but this is not the time for me to, well, not for an eye. This is not the time for me to try to not see your point of view. I was saying, you know how people have different opinions, different point of views or whatnot, but like, oh, this is not the time for me to, why are these words stuck? trying to find it. Because it's relevant. Okay, this is exactly it right here. I don't care to rehash this out right now. I see it my way. You see it your way. I'm not in the mood to agree to disagree. Have a good day. See where I'm going with that? Like, a lot of people just want to hash it out, and it's like, all right, agree to disagree. Nope. I'm done agreeing to disagree. I see it your way. You're not seeing it my way. I'm not being fucking stubborn. This is just, I can't deal with that right now. It's not good for my soul. This is not a moment to agree to disagree and move forward, because what you're doing is just sweeping it under the rug, because every year I agree to disagree and I find myself in the same fucking scenario. So no, it is not the time to agree to disagree. And a lot of people like to solve things like that, but that's not the right way to solve things all the time, guys. This has to be your higher perspective, your higher self, whether it fucking hurts or not. I know I'm supposed to be having fun. I know it's like playing this, like, you know what I mean? Like, other energies are good to like come in and do this and boost this, but it's, I got to get to where I need to be right now. And I don't feel the need to fucking hash anything out right now, because if it's the third time it's happening, this conversation does not need to come into play again. Period. If they're truly my friends, we will mend it in time when I get to where I need to be and they can look at something differently. Because they're not seeing the bigger picture. They're seeing it, but they're not feeling it. Does that make sense? I can't explain it, but I don't have time to fucking explain it. And one thing out of her mouth would, where'd my friend go? That's like, ugh. But it's like, you would know if like you were looking at something differently. But now's not the time for me to be like, you got to look at this differently. But I got my point of view, you got yours. No, it's not the time to agree to disagree. And that's the reality of the energy right now. We're not here to please other people. If it's meant to come back together, it will. And we will look at and see things differently when it's time to reconnect. This is the time for you to ascend, to get on your path that you're meant to freaking be on. Your own happiness, your own contentment. Where'd your friend go? Like, it's pretty fucking annoying. And mind you, she's with somebody who doesn't even like believe in certain stuff, and that's okay too, but like it shifts her perspective and how she looks at me too. But hey, that's her boyfriend right now. It is what it is. I'm not gonna fucking play house. I'm not gonna play like I'm kosher with the situation. I did that over camping and we had a phenomenal weekend. It was great because it wasn't the time, right? But I don't like playing fake. Why do I want to hang out with somebody who thinks I'm fake? And they only think I'm fake because I'm hanging out with somebody that his girlfriend doesn't want me to hang out with. The fuck is that shit, guys? Got no time for that. But I made it work. We had a great fucking weekend. But I'm not that fucking person. She knows I'm not that fucking person. But yet she wants me to be that person for her. It doesn't fucking work like that. It just doesn't. And then you got the other friend that doesn't stand up to her. So they vent, they talk. The other friend tells me one thing, and then I'm hearing it differently from that one. So how many years am I going to let it slide that the other one's not going to fucking stand up to her? How many friends? She thinks she's getting rid of friends. What she's doing is losing friends. And that hasn't clicked for her yet. It's like you got one friend to go, but that one friend's staying that one friend because she's looking at it like, well, I just won't tell her, you know, my really private stuff or the stuff that really means a lot. Oh, okay. So you want a half-ass fucking friendship. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that fucking, I'm not coming at that fucking angle. I'm just not love them to death. But they don't even need to see my point of view. It's how I see it and how it's disrupting my life, my mind, my peace. You have to look at shit like that right now, guys. There's family members around you, exes, kids' mothers, kids. You have to fucking look at something different instead of trying to make it work. Why do you continue to try to make something fucking work when you know it's like mixing fucking oil and water? It's not a fucking good combination. So why do you keep trying to fix it? We don't, just because we're friends, it does not mean we have to fix this shit. Not when it's repetitive. This is what this is like. You get where I'm going with this, guys? And then I had to shut the other one out because she won't stand up to her. So then it makes me look like the bad guy. No. So it is what it is. I swear, this chick needs to lose all her fucking friendships. She thinks she's the one pulling away and doing what's best for her. It hasn't clicked yet. She's the one causing the chaos. And we all have strong opinions right now with this ascension, thinking it's growth. But you could look at it as growth, but it's not growth because the way you're activating things and the way you're sweeping things under the rug and the way you're agreeing to disagree right now and the way you're trying to make things work, you've been doing that. It's not working. So why are you going to continue to fucking do that? It doesn't work. You have to be able to shift your fucking perspective here and look at it differently. It's the only way to have that personal growth. If that was there, I wouldn't be here. These cards wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be talking to you. I don't just flip cards. I'm not the average fucking tarot reader. And be careful with these readers out here right now, too. I went to go watch somebody I recently haven't watched off and on. I went back. And the other day, out of the blue, she's like, there's no such thing as new energy. It's all about your inner self and certain stuff. And it's like, I cannot even believe she used those fucking words. Energy is always here, but it is new. There's quantum energy. There's other energies. Planets shift. The moon comes in. That's energy. It brings different energy. I was fucking blown away. I was like, okay, here we go again with YouTube. And, you know, when so many people watch certain readers, it's a belief. They can easily shift somebody's fucking perspective because they think other things are meshing with them. And if she's saying there's no such thing as new energy and this and that, and yep, but there's new people coming in, go watch last year's. Why do you want to be in the same position you were last year? Why? And again, I can't be watching other energies. I'm just blown away. The way she defined it was in the sense of like, we're here to do our own shadow work. With change, we allow new energies in, but it's the same energy that we allow in. So it feels like new energy, but it's not new energy. It's the energy that's always been there because you shifted your fucking perspective. So I kind of get what she's saying with that, but she's influential, so she needs to be careful on how things are spoken. And she was kind of careless there. Because there's always new energy. There's always new portals. The moon, the planets, everything's always shifting. Every time a new flower is born, it creates new energy. Every time a tree is planted, it's new fucking energy. But she's got people kind of where she wants them without realizing how influential she is. And again, we all work with a different grid, guys. So maybe she's meant to pull people in a certain direction. And I get how she's looking at it. But I'm an outsider looking in. I feel like someone's throat chakra is going to be shut down because you really do got to be careful what you talk about, how you talk about it. It's okay to have your belief. But when you're an influencer, you got to be careful. It's all right to be frustrated every once in a while. Like, I get frustrated on these reads, but it's like, get off the fucking board. But it doesn't get off the board because somehow it's still there. You can still move it to get off the board. Oh, what can I eat? I'm not eating. I don't think I have hard candy. And it still is shedding my opinion, but this channel is a bit different because a majority of you that are here are in a different spot. She's got a lot of like newcomers in a different stage, just like my newcomers are in a different stage, but in the stage where they've already learned certain stuff and now they're here. So it's hard to explain. I don't have hard candy. I need something for my throat. Oh, cough drop? Oh, yes, I think I have one in the medicine cabinet. So that new flower was born from like the same energy? Not necessarily. So you really just got to be cautious. It's like throwing shit to the wind, you know? Careful what you wish for. Like, there's no such thing as new. I can't. I'm just so. It's like rise above. And you got to be careful who's friends with who's friends. It's like two karmic people, you know, not putting up the right type of boundaries. They're not seeing something clearly. Like, it's going to hold you back from, it's going to hold them back, which then holds you back. People don't like to see it like that. They don't want to see the bad in things. They don't want to address their own fucking shit. Like, the right people will come into your life, guys. But it's when something clicks. Conversations like this click. It's that type of stuff. Where the people that come into your life are open-minded. And they can have their own opinions, but you can still agree to disagree in those situations because they're more open-minded. Right now, these are energies that are not open-minded. It's what serves them. And right now, that shit does not fucking serve you. All right, within the next 7 days, I think this video alone, these conversations, upgrades, things like that, shift's going to shift anyway. Whether you like it or not, it's going to shift. And a lot of people are not liking it. But it's like power to the people. But everyone thinks they're in their own power. But they're not in the fucking right power. You see the problem? So just pull your best advice in regards to this. Ladybug, bright energy, don't worry, be happy. Bless the world with color and good luck. You got the High Priestess, powerful psychic insights, reflection, meditation that provides vulnerable information. Be at peace. In regards to visionary, you got the wheel, new beginnings and a delays, a change of direction, an offer that could go down. Could be from your spirit guides. But that opportunity is here. How, and it's major arcana is like, how are you going to create it? I'm creating opportunities left and right by just having stuff click, just having these conversations, seeing things from your higher self. We talked about this months ago. Name your higher self. Talk to your higher self. That's why this shift is here. This is why it's happening, how we can see things differently. This is why new things are coming at you. Just even your observations on how you're looking at things. So there is a change in a new direction that will offer happiness. Like I said, we all meet who we need to meet, come across. Like, you're not the only one that thinks the way you think. Everyone, like I said, everyone thinks they're ascending and they're in their own power, but that's because it's the energy that's being projected down to fucking earth right now. But they're not in the open-minded power. So this is great. So again, emerge from the sky, whatever this is. Leap of faith and justice. Yeah, look at all the major arcana. All right, believe in yourself. Listen to your heart. Do what brings you happiness. Fight for justice, equality. Rulings made in your favor. Don't give up. All major arcana right now. Because things are clicking. You got the Fool. You got the High Priestess. It's that knowledge. It's the wisdom. Allowing change, not putting your foot in the wheel. Brings new beginnings, new opportunities. Doing what's best for you. Like I said, it's definitely the end of a karmic scenario with the Wheel and Justice. You didn't bypass it. You conquered it. You're mastering lessons as you go. Six of Michael, self-resilience, as Six of Swords. It's the light at the end of the tunnel. Breathe with a sigh of relief. New plans, relocation, or travel. And then at the bottom of the deck, you got divine guidance. Searching for a more meaningful life. Consider an alternative approach. Surround yourself with wise teachers or friends. And we just had this entire fucking conversation. You can't make this shit up. These doors are opening and shutting. Make sure the people in your life are now opening the right doors. And you also have to make sure they're shutting the right doors. And if you don't have clarity on that, it would not be the best decision for you to engage. I can't even tell you, like, making new friendships, this and that. Make new friends and keep the old. But like people at work, I don't really engage with, but it's like receptionists, different parts of the building. They're just like, yeah, I just moved from Boston. I do this, I do that. And it's just energies I'm like meshing with, you know? Whether we become friends or not, I don't really even see it like that. When I go to work, do my thing. But out of like the 40 people I work with, I did make a couple of friends. But it's just, I'm just trying to explain to you, like, you're going to start making conversations with new people, whether you end up being like friends or not. It's the energy. It's what are they bringing to you? Their voice alone can carry messages, vibrations, and downloads. We're all interconnected and weaved together. And look at this. It's all major arcana. It's like you're leveling up. Spirit is leveling you up. It's a level up. It's an upgrade. Upgrade, you know? Because it clicked. And it's going to continue to click. Things are going to continue to click. Now, looking at the world in a different perspective, that's tough. But it still stems from a shift of perspective in your higher self, looking at something differently. So something clicks. And a lot of people don't give themselves that opportunity to look at something differently because they're just stuck and stagnant in their own beliefs or whatnot, you know, because they've been trying to get their point across for so long and no one wants to listen and they feel like they're right. So that energy doesn't shift until they look at something differently. They look at themselves differently. So ultimately, it boils down to your higher self. Not you. The higher you. You don't want you anymore like that. In order to live life, you need the higher you. You need your higher self to make decisions, to see things a certain way. Well, spiritual, you want that gift, you want that just comes. Half the shit that comes out of my mouth, I impress myself sometimes. But it's nothing to really be impressed by. It's just the knowledge is there because I allowed it to be there and I worked on things that needed to get me here. It wasn't fucking given. This shit's not fucking given. We all have it within us. The capability is there. We come with it. It's the matrix that clutters us, and you get to a certain age and the matrix thoughts kick in. You need to bring your brain back, your mindset, your higher self back to before matrix thoughts. Because everybody out there operating in the matrix is not really who the fuck they are. You don't become who you are until you get to what this is. Half the people out there with their egos and shit like that will never look at something like this. They don't want to shift their perspective because they feel like theirs is right. Again, now is not the time to agree to disagree because you're going to find yourself in the same situation. So how can you upgrade and listen to your higher self when you're agreeing to disagree with somebody? It's keeping you in the same situation. It's keeping you in the same energy. It's keeping you stagnant. Agree to disagree is matrix. It's just a friendly way of saying, we'll talk about this at another time. I can't be bothered. I got other things to do. That's all you're doing. That's all it is. This is the life I want. The right energies will come into my life and I will be happy. Happy as fucking a pig rolling around in a pig pen full of their own fucking shit and eating slop. Happy as fuck. And you gotta really consider like what's best for you, what's best for your kids. Because like when I've been talking about for years, like buying certain land and growing your own foods, like we got to do this now because now we got the government, the FDA being like, all right, yep, man-made fucking food, like, like, oh, you know, it's, you think you're buying organic, it's not. You still got bugs, bacteria, chemical, like hybrid shit, like it. I literally said in the car the other day, like, talking about fucking robots, right? And because we've had this conversation, bringing fucking robots, this and that, like, and I was literally saying to myself, I'd be probably better with a fucking robot because at least I can program it to have a higher fucking conversation with me. You know? You come into people's lives and you try to change the perspective in certain stuff, like my last scenario with Peter. This, and this, and like just a prime example of like, you just word it, he would say, like, you just worded it a different way. Like, you try so many different angles as if I'm being manipulative. It's not being manipulative. I'm trying to get you to look at something fucking differently because your point of view is not working for you. There's no manipulation there. As a fucking catalyst to get you out of a situation I knew it was going to be very hard for you to take yourself out of. I was that one person. Me and him having that connection. I had that ability. There's a lot to learn along the way. It's their choice. I guarantee he learned a lot and things are going to click for him. Doesn't mean we'll be together. I just hope like it was enough. Obviously, I know it's enough. If I got guided in that situation from my own karma and his, it was enough. He'll get here. He'll make his life better because that's what he wants for himself. He's not going to do it for me. He's not going to do it for fucking anybody else. He's going to do it for himself. Just like what I'm doing now, I'm doing it for myself. Because if I don't get myself here, I can't help you guys. And I've always had the ability to help and heal, and it gets projected that way, right? I got to help on a whole new fucking level, and I'm okay with that. I'm happy about it. But you really have to have the mindset of like this whole entire conversation and not just, I got to do what's best for me. Like, it's not that simple. You can't just tell yourself that and get there. It's a process. Things have to be broken down. Breaking shit down. So I need to get you to a point where you break it down yourself, where I don't have to keep having readings like this and breaking it down for you, because what I'm about to do is bringing you back to where it's like starting anew with everything new and seeing it new and different every single time a situation comes in, and you handling it differently or seeing it differently, because that's what I'm clearing. That's what I'm working on. So what I'm working on will solve a majority of all your issues. I'm not just taking one category. Well, I am, but I'm taking the main category. But like, this is a category. Last night's conversation was a category. You get what I'm saying? I'm taking it to the very beginning so you can start over and be where you need to be, to elevate, to keep elevating, to be influential for the younger generations. So that wears off, because that generation is creating the future. But everyone's so caught up in the world today that they're going to keep getting away with it if we can't clear our own mindset. The government keeps winning if we don't change our perspective. And that's the fucking truth. The only way to overpower that is for the masses and humanity to shift their perspective. And then they lose. And that's what needs to happen. So what I'm doing next, I am not fucking taking lightly. And this is why I can't just keep on working on one category. Like, I can't keep doing this. I got to hit the root. So that way, when this comes in, you can make your own decision instead of getting somebody else's fucking advice, because your higher self is talking to you. You won't question whether or not you should stay in a marriage, whether or not you should be friends with somebody. You won't question it. Your higher self will tell you what's best for you. When everybody can get there again, that's when everything changes. And that could be done within a couple years. This world could look way fucking different in a couple years with the right fucking influences. And that's what's happening. This is beautiful. I'm really happy that, you know, things are clicking for you and this energy is coming in. People's mindsets are changing, and even in the littlest way, puts you on a new path. One day at a time. Stop trying to conquer so many things in one day. One little thing within that one day will move you ahead. So I want to get outside. I want to work in the garden, the tomatoes, certain stuff. I hope you can get to that too. Not even sure what to label this video. I feel like it needed to be. It definitely didn't need to be breaking down in a different way, but like, I do want to break it down a different way. So maybe in a little while. Both my ears are hurting. There's a lot of pressure in my ears right now. A lot of that has to do with ascension, the portals. This conversation alone opened a portal for you. It's what you choose to do with it. All right, y'all. I will be back. Again, don't forget about the video that we watched in the beginning. You might want to listen to that again, just to get different answers, or, you know, it's different. This video activated DNA. So just, I mean, you're perfectly fine. You know, I'm just saying, like, in general, that's what just happened. So, it's a good thing. So again, just do what's best for your higher self each and every day as you proceed. I'll see you guys soon. I love you. Bye.